So what did you think of Odd Thomas?
I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. When it started, it didn't kind of seem like my thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. And as you may or may not have heard from the other room, welcome to the Watch What's. You want me to watch what? This is the podcast where between the two of us, we've seen movies the other hasn't. And so in this case, Elizabeth has not seen Odd Thomas, the 2013 horror comedy that is a little bit more dramatic comedy than it is horror comedy, with a few definite like scary monster things thrown in.
Yeah, but they don't really ever jump out at you. It's, I would say, a lot more drama comedy, a dramedy, with suspense.
Yeah, dramedy with suspense. Take that, Wikipedia. You don't know what you're talking about. Somebody ought to fix it. I'm not going to do it. I don't care enough. But. So in this movie, based on a property created by author Dean Koontz, of which I think I have one of those books. I think I got the first or the second one, because there's a bunch of them now.
He is a very prolific author.
Yes, he is. Odd Thomas, and yes, Odd is his name. He comes right out and says it. He has a gift. Whether he can see dead people.
I see dead people.
Yeah, but unlike that lazy kid, this one actually goes out of his way to try to do things about it.
He had to be pushed to do something about it.
Fair enough. Anyway, Odd Thomas, he lives in a small town, and he is visited by the dead, who realize that he can see them, and he tries to help when and however he can.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ghost needs help. Sometimes they don't need help. And they just stick around.
Sometimes they want to point to, this is the person that killed me. Do something. And sometimes it's, hey, I'm still hanging out here. You want to see me do a silly dance?
Yeah. Hey, my arm got ripped off, in my death. Want to see me use my disembodied hand to pick my nose? So, Odd also has the ability to see these things that he calls bodaks. And bodaks portend some disaster. Some big, bloody, evil disaster. Mm-hmm. And so one day while he's working, he works as a short order cook, in a diner.
Gotta get rid of some stressors in his life. And,
So no driver's license, no home ownership.
Although we did see him driving an awful lot. No owning his own car.
No owning his own car. Well, and that doesn't say that he doesn't have a driver's license. He just...
Yeah.
Okay.
We see him hotwire a lot of things.
This is fair. But, he doesn't have a car.
That's true.
Anyway, so he sees these bodaks one day while he's at work, and he's talking to his girlfriend and the chief of police, played by Willem Dafoe.
The chief of police, not the girlfriend. He could do both.
He could do both. No, I believe it's Addison Timlin plays the girlfriend, Stormy. Which, no, we won't go there. So...
Well, she's got a different name, but she goes by Stormy.
Yeah,
because they mentioned that. Yeah.
Her name is Bronwyn, but she goes by Stormy. So when the movie opens, Odd sees a ghost, and it leads him to basically having an encounter with the guy that killed her, which breaks into a chase, which then turns into a fight, which disrupts a child's pool party. But it turns out to be factual. The guy
did it, and has the evidence on him.
Has the evidence on him, and looks like he's premeditating another. Mm-hmm. So that's how we get to know why Odd is in communication with the chief of police, who knows that Odd has this gift, doesn't understand it, doesn't quite trust it, but knows that it's there and is willing to...
Yeah, and Odd's not lied to him yet.
And Odd has always been correct. Mm-hmm. So from there, we see these bodaks, and the bodaks are swarming this one particular guy. Bob, who looks like a fungus. Fungus Bob. because this man is being swarmed by these invisible
to everyone else, yeah.
Invisible to everyone else monsters, Odd follows Fungus Bob to his house, ends up breaking into the house, and there are hundreds upon hundreds of these Bodaks that are coming into the world through this guy's computer room / bird sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough. Well, it can only mean that Bob is planning something incredibly violent. So he reports it to Sheriff Willem Dafoe, who has another name, Porter. Chief Porter, Chief Dafoe.
Mm-hmm. He's DeFriend in this one.
Yes, he is Willem DeFriend. Well, and keeps interrupting date night.
Just at the best parts of date night, I think, for,
Yeah.
DeFriend.
And DeFriend's wife. Well, Chief Porter assigns 2 deputies to follow Fungus Bob. And nothing comes of it. The guy walks around, he wanders about, and then nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So Odd picks up his girlfriend, Bronwyn, Stormy Llewellyn. For dinner, they go to the belfry of the church. Why? It does not matter. This is not that kind of movie.
That is true.
It's because it's quirky.
It is.
And they
are very quirky. They are the who is Deadpool's girlfriend in the first movie?
Monica Baccarin, but I don't know what her character name was.
They are that kind of quirky in love.
Yeah, quirky in love, but just fewer cuss words.
Well, different movie.
Different movie. Well, while they're about to have their picnic in the belfry of the church, Odd sees Fungus Bob stalking his way toward the church. So they run, they hide.
Someone must have let him know that I was, the one who reported him.
Yep. Well, while Stormy is talking to Chief Porter, they escape, on the phone kind of thing, and they call, and the church has been ransacked, but no prints. No prints, no DNA, no bits of cloth, not even the chalices, which have all been knocked down, have any kind of evidence. So Chief Porter sends one of his officers, Officer Simon Varner, to watch the place on Odd's advice, to go watch Bob's house.
Yep.
This is, and I'm sorry to say this because Anton Yelchin played Chekhov. This is Chekhov's police officer. He's the only one who shows up.
He's always there.
He's always there. And the only reason to have him always showing up is because something's going to involve him later.
Uh-huh. Or you don't have a big cast.
But we saw like 6 different cops.
We have.
But this is the only other guy who's got lines. So, all right. Odd eventually goes home. He's told to. He has to. He brings Bronwyn home. He goes home. And as he comes in, sees a gun laying on the floor. Sees the lights on in his bathroom, goes in the bathroom, and there's Fungus Bob, who's been shot. And he's like, okay, so I'm being set up. This is a problem. What am I going to do? And bags up Bob, steals his neighbor's car. Well,
with permission.
Yeah, borrows after the fact. Takes him to an old abandoned prison, strip club, restaurant, and roller skating rink, I think was the other one. Bookstore, not bowling, bookstore. And puts the guy still wrapped up in the gas chamber.
Yep.
The guy's dead.
Yeah, bullet through the heart.
It just, we're going to put him in the gas chamber now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very creepy.
It is.
Very creepy. And Odd figures that the Bob that ransacked the church must have been a restless spirit, basically a poltergeist.
Uh-huh.
So while Odd is doing that, Chief Porter is interrupted. Again on date night. And he goes to the door where he is shot 3 times in the chest. Now, he is saved from death because earlier in the movie, he has gotten himself a steel heart.
Yep.
You know, a 6-inch wide, steel pendant that's heart-shaped. And the guy creates one that is anatomically heart-shaped rather than bent over buttocks heart-shaped.
Mm-hmm. Because he keeps saying something about being shot through the heart, and he was worried about his friend.
Yep. Worried about his friend. So, Odd investigates, and through this investigation, he finds out that Scott Varner, our officer that has the other set of lines, that Bob had to have been killed by this guy.
They have matching tattoos.
Yep.
They're buddies.
And so this leads to, this whole time, Odd's been having dreams, and he's been having these visions of some great big bad thing. The Bodaks are, and so he thinks it's going to happen at a bowling alley, or it's going to, well, over the course of it, it ends up happening at the mall, where, a whole lot of people are being shot. Mm-hmm. It's big, bad, evil stuff.
But not as bad as it could have been, because Odd takes out 2 of them. Well, okay. Fungus Bob was killed by his partners.
Mm-hmm.
Odd takes out another one in the security room with a baseball bat.
Yep.
Takes out a 3rd one who has just entered and started shooting.
Mm-hmm. And
then he had the 4th guy.
And then the 4th guy, Varner, that Odd steals his van.
Well, because what Varner's job was not to shoot up the place. Varner's job was to blow it up.
Yep.
He had a van full of explosives.
And so they get in a fight, sort of. Odd drives away while Varner clings onto the outside of the van and tries to shoot Odd. Odd, basically, Varner gets into the cab just in time for Odd to look over and then open the door and jump out. The van basically crashes into the canal and blows up.
Yep.
So
the canal containing the force so that it stays pretty much.
Yep. So Odd passes out. He's been hurt. He wakes up in a hospital. He's a hero. Chief Porter's still alive.
Yep.
Stormy is there to, in the hospital with him. And we just see him kind of slowly recovering until Chief Porter comes to visit him again.
Chief Porter and his wife and another friend.
And it comes to find out that Stormy died in the mall thing.
Yep. The Stormy he's been hanging out with was another ghost.
A spirit. Mm-hmm. And so Odd advises, Odd lets her go, promising her that they'll be reunited eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movie ends with Odd traveling to Las Vegas,
where Stormy had mentioned going before, but he'd been saying, no, there's a lot of bad people in Vegas.
A lot of dead people. So this is one of those movies that I think it had really good potential to keep for a sequel.
Or a series.
But it didn't even make it into theaters. There wasn't enough interest.
Marketing.
When you feel up to the task, confidence. There wasn't enough confidence in the movie, the cast, the script, what have you, to really lay it out. And it probably would not have done well in theaters. But it certainly did not do well in video format either.
Not without any type of... I'd never heard of this person, this movie before, or the books. So,
So it's... The dialogue for this is at times very good and at times really terrible.
Oh, it is.
Laughably bad sometimes. And that's not down to the actors, because I get the sense that every single one of the actors really buys into what they're doing. And they're like, you know what? This is that kind of movie. We're just going to do it.
Yeah.
I thought that the chemistry between Anton Yelchin, who plays Odd, and Addison Timlin, that's who it was, Addison Timlin, who plays Stormy Llewellyn, the girlfriend, I thought they were great together.
Oh, they were.
They were really, really good together. And of course, how can you go wrong with Willem Dafoe?
You cannot go wrong with a Dafoe.
Not really easily. I mean, the man knows his trade.
He does.
So tell me a little bit about your experience. You know, we watched this kind of late at night and just popped it in and endured the Tubi, advertisements.
Yep. So, yeah, this is a good popcorn movie, Sit back with your friends, make some popcorn, and just it's a good time. It's not so scary that it's going to be, it's not so scary with the Bodaks that it's, really all that terrifying. There's a few little things with, the serial killer house, if you're squeamish, especially if you don't like bugs.
Or
Fingers, teeth, but you're in a serial killer's house. You're not like, Odd opens his fridge and suddenly a body falls out. You kind of knew going in he was going to find a body in his apartment. There's a gun on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make it pretty obvious when there's going to be those kind of things.
So now I do understand that for some people, a shooting in a mall is going to hit really, really, uncomfortably.
It's going to be close. But, yeah. So it's it still does its job well.
It does.
And I like that I not only buy into the character, but I like them.
Yeah. You're rooting for Odd and for Stormy and for the Chief.
And for Chief Porter. There's this real sense to it. And a couple of the side characters that we don't explore too much. Vi and her daughters.
And her kids. And
you get this sense that nobody quite knows exactly what it is that's going on. But they trust one another enough. Mm-hmm. This is the anti-Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency.
Yeah.
In which nobody trusts anybody because everybody's whacked out. Here, everyone knows who everyone is.
It's a small town.
Yeah. So it works out. I think I agree with you. I think this is you got a group of friends, you pop some popcorn and have some drinks, and you make sure that you're ready for like the little one-liner jokes that you can make. Uh-huh. Because there's never so much going on that you really have to pay attention. Mm-hmm. You can walk in and out of this with, as a laundry movie once you've seen it once. But yeah, and for a movie that didn't perform well, in rentals or streaming or whatnot, it's kind of a shame to me. I think it deserved better than it did.
I agree.
So it's a see it for me. It sounds like a see it from you.
Absolutely.
And see it for Anton Yelchin. The man had like almost 50, movie acting credits before his untimely accident. So go for it. It's pretty good.
It is.
And I think that means that it's your turn. It's going to be like right next to Thanksgiving. You still want to watch a movie with me around then?
Yep.
Okay. See you next time.